Hi, guys. Good to see you. Oh, hold on a second. There's not a lot I can do about it. I don't know if it's just my screen or what it is, but looks like I'm sitting in the gloom, and I'm not. So I don't quite know what's going on. Oh, well, good to see you. So yes, we're not quite in April, are we? But hey, near as damn it. All right. Hello, Magnet for Love. Hi, John. Good to see you. Who else have we got? Kerry. Hello, Kerry. Hi, Michelle. Vanilla and Pie. Happy Louisa. Great stuff. Good stuff. Good to see you. Okay, we shall crack on. I'm sorry if I'm looking at. I look gloomy. Oh, well, never mind. All right, Magnet for Love, you're up first. May I please receive one card on what Spirit wants me to know right now? Absolutely. Let's do it. All right. Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Interesting. So we've got the Tower. So look, this is not a prediction. This is what Spirit wants you to know. And actually, I'm going to take this as being cautiously optimistic, actually, because if Spirit wants you to know the Tower, what that means is that what has been taken down is needed to go. So when Spirit talks about the Tower, what they're talking about is a reset, okay? And that reset is going to influence everything, right? But it's a good thing because it's going to mean that you're on a different road. It's going to mean that you're doing things from a completely different perspective. You'll see things differently. Different stuff will show up for you because what we've got here, we've got these four banners: faith, security, morality, and identity. So all of those four banners are going to be reset, and we're on a road here. This road's ended. So that's good. So the road you were on, right, you're no longer on that road because you've undergone a bit of an overhaul energetically, probably spiritually. Okay, and that's a good thing. So Spirit wants you to know that whatever hasn't worked out, whatever's hit the deck, let it fall. It's correct. It's all good. So now you're rebuilding. Now you're rebuilding in a better shape, in a better way, so that you can build and get yourself on the road that you actually want to be on. All right. So that's very good, I think. I think that's a heads up that actually, it's all for a purpose. I think that's what the message is. It's all for a purpose. And you need to know that and understand that it needed to come down in order to be rebuilt in a better shape. All right. Hope that makes sense. Wow. Well, that's a strong start, isn't it? Hey? That's a hell of a start for us. Okay, let's have a look. Hi, John. Yes, I am well. Thank you. I'm all good. John, you can bring us up to date with what's been happening for you as well and the application you've been making. And you have a reading. Yes, John, I will get to you absolutely next. Let's do that for you. In the meantime, this is Kerry. Can I have a card for the week ahead? Certainly, Kerry, you absolutely can. Okay. So let's have a look. Oh, so King of Wands. So the King of Wands is a card of big confidence, right? And that confidence needs you to lead the way. Now look, if this is somebody who's around you at the moment, who is in fact the King of Wands, and it might be, you need to be aware that actually you need to lead the way. So whether or not this reading, because obviously it's a one card reading, so we don't know, but often when the King of Wands comes up, maybe there is a guy around you who maybe wants to be the center of attention, wants to lead the way, and wants to be admired and all of that classic King of Wands stuff. However, what's really important is that you don't let him hog the limelight. It's really important that you plow your own furrow, that you lead the way for yourself. You don't allow somebody else to become the rock star on the stage. You should be the rock star on the stage, sweetie. Your confidence this next week is really, really important. Okay. And you walking ahead like the leader, because kings are leaders, right? They're also very creative in their vision, especially the King of Wands is very creative in his vision. So he's able to inspire others to follow. And that's his job, because he's the rock star. So he's inspiring his audience. This is what you need to do. So whoever your audience is, whether it is in fact another King of Wands, you do have to make sure that your message and that your presence is strong enough, and you're not going to let anybody else take the wheel, right? No. You're going to be the one in charge. You're going to be the one that is walking ahead, and you're going to be the one who is taking the wheel. Very important this coming week, right? Confidence, 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 and leadership. That's what we need from you, Kerry, this week ahead. Good job. We like that. Okay, John, let's have a look. Starting a business with a good friend and former colleague. Okay, I shall. Let's have a look. Right. Okay. Well, we've got the King of Wands, the King of Cups, John, which is pretty good, isn't it? It's good. It's very important with the King of Cups. Oh, sorry, King. I've got kings on the brain at the moment. With the Knight of Cups, that you stay in alignment with your aspirations. Because so the Knight of Cups is obviously a very it's an emotional card, so we're in cups. But what it's asking you to do is two things. First of all, to make sure that you actually do love the thing, and that it is in alignment with what you actually want to do. So that's great. The other thing is make sure that you're in alignment with your vision, not his, or they've got to be equal at least, but you can't come off course with what you want to do. And make sure you're not being too romantic about this. Now, John, I'm sure you're not, right? You're a down-to-earth guy, but don't be too idealistic. Now, look, it's just a bog standard warning with the Knight of Cups not to be too idealistic. Still, it's worth saying, just to make sure you know, just to stay a little bit down to earth, but follow your muse, follow what feels good. It's not a no. It's not a no. It's a go ahead. If it feels good and it feels in alignment with what you vocationally want to do, then I would say go for it. That's what I would say. That's actually quite optimistic. I like that. The Knight of Cups is a very optimistic card, isn't it? So that's very good. I like it. Very nice. What do you think, John? Does that feel good to you? Very good. I like the fact that, setting up in business and you've got the guy on the bike and the bride behind on this deck. And I think that's part of the message, to make sure you're the guy on the front, not the bride behind. Because the guy on the front is the guy who's in charge of the mission. The guy in the front is the guy who is driving the bus or driving the bike. Probably does need to be you, John. So good. We like that. Very nice. Okay. What is that? What is that, John? I am less than optimal. Is that how you're feeling? Oh, well, you've just had the Knight of Cups, John. That should cheer you up a little bit. We all like getting the Knight of Cups in answer to is that a good plan question. Knight of Cups is always very encouraging. It's good. Oh, feel optimal, John. That'd be lovely if somebody says, oh, I'm not feeling good. And instead of saying, oh, I feel better, you go, feel optimal. That's a very good piece of advice. I like that. Okay, Michelle, lovely to see you. Greetings from Malta. Oh, jet setter you. Just to ask tonight, as it's on my mind, what is the advice from Spirit on the current personal situation, please? Okay, let's do that. Are you wobbling a bit, Michelle? You don't have to answer that. It's okay. Let's see. Let's see what the card is. Well, so you are wobbling then. So we've got the Five of Wands, and the Five of Wands is shown on this deck as being two people, because it's a card of conflict and it's a card of being conflicted. So in order for us to be able to stand our ground and argue the toss and win the skirmish or whatever it is, we first have to win the battle within ourselves. And if we are conflicted within ourselves, then we will lose. So the fact is that your confliction, you need to know what part of this carries the most passion for you, Michelle. So this is an internal conflict which you can win by knowing what you feel most strongly about and what your vision is giving you. So look, we're in the Five of Wands, right? And Michelle is a tarot student, so she'll understand what I'm saying to her when I say, if you were standing at the gateway of the Two of Wands, which says, all right, Michelle, you can go that way or that way. Which way are you going, girl? And you would be told, okay, walk down the pathway that you are, it's like a hell yeah. I'm going to do that because I feel strongly about it. I'm passionate about it. And you know what? I can see it. I can see that. I believe in it. My vision is with that path, right? That's the path you go down. Now, this is people never see the Five of Wands in any way as being similar to the two. But when you look at it as being a conflict, right, in a way, you've still got to make a decision. You've got to make a decision as to which thing you're going to give the energy to, all right? Because only when you decide what carries the most weight for you, that's going to be your answer here. So you've got to go with what you believe is right. You've got to be prepared to stand your ground and fight your corner on what you feel conflicted about. So you've got to go into that confliction and go, okay, here's the angel on this shoulder, here's the devil on this shoulder. Let's hear your arguments, guys. And then we'll decide who's the winner. And that's what you've got to do here, because this confliction has to be resolved before you can move on and to the 6 and feel confident. Yeah. There we go. Isn't it interesting what comes out of the cards when you kind of just go below the surface? It's really interesting what, the sort of the stories that come out of the cards. I think that's always fascinating. Hope that makes sense. Michelle. Let's see. Okay. What have we got? We've got vanilla and pie. Lovely. Okay. May I ask what is coming my way for April? Okay. Let's ask. What should you be prepared for April? I'm just looking out of my window here, and the sky is going a really lovely shade of dark blue and it's got a band of really light blue with a little pink fluffy clouds all just sort of sitting in the band of light blue. It's really pretty. I would show you. I can't pick up my laptop with all the stuff attached to it. Okay. Vanilla and pie. What is coming your way for April? Okay. So April is going to be a month where you explore options, and those options, I think, are options for growth, and also I think probably geographical as well. So I think you're going to be looking at territory, looking at where you want to go, looking at where you want to be, looking at what's out there, right? So what's really important here is that you don't remain with a sort of narrow view of what's possible for you. So, for instance, if you were looking for a job, this would say, look further afield than perhaps you're geographically looking at now. If this is relationships, again, spread your net a bit wider, right? You've got to, plenty more fish in the sea. You've got to expand your vision and explore the territory and see what's out there that could be interesting and useful to you. That's what April is going to be about for you. So there's no necessarily, there isn't any conclusions in that for April. It's just exploration. But that exploration is going to be really important coming out of April and beyond, because it's what you learn in April that's going to set the scene for the next set of decisions moving forward. All right. So make sure you do this. Make sure you're brave in your vision and not playing it safe, because we don't want to play it safe with this card. Okay. So that's going to be really important for you. Interesting. Hope that works. That's very good. Okay. What have we got here? We have got Happy Louisa. Hi, Janice, can I have a card reading concerning the job offer I got? You can. Yes, you can. Let's have a look. Okay. Interesting. So we have the Wheel of Fortune here. So a couple of things in play. First of all, it's a turning point, and whatever is happening over the next month is going to move the needle to a new chapter. It could also be telling you that there are more changes to come in this situation. And so you should be prepared for more shifts. So either the job, things about the job offer will change, or the company or whatever, there are more shifts in store in this situation, and you can't control those. They're not of your making. They are literally environmental and circumstantial. So what's going to happen is something is going to move into a position that you don't expect, but you've got to work with it, right? So it doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean you won't get it. It just means that there's kind of moves and shifts that are still playing out here. Ultimately, you are going to end up in a different place than you are now. So it's not just as simple as saying, oh, well, they won't give you the job, it won't work out. That's not what this is saying. What it's saying is, yes, take it, but don't expect things to stay static just because you take it. I think there are more changes and moves afoot. Maybe there are changes and restructuring in the company that has been offering you the job. Maybe there's more changes to come from that chapter as well. So I think it's fine. It certainly doesn't say no, don't take it. I think it's go for it and, lean in and be prepared to dance with whatever happens on the way. All right. So it's not giving you any kind of negative feedback on the job. I think it's just telling you the situation hasn't played out in its entirety yet. All right. Whoa, good. Wheel of Fortune's always an interesting card. A lot of unforeseen circumstances with the Wheel of Fortune. For us who try and predict what's going to happen, it makes life very difficult. Good. Okay, what else have we got? Can you still not hear me? Because I see you. Hold on, John. Can you hear me? Sound is back. Thank you, John. That's weird, isn't it? I wonder what happened there. Thank you, Karen, though, for letting me know. Although I only saw it about 5-10 minutes later. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, write a comment, buy Janice's new book, and check out my online shop, which is lifecodetarot.store. Lots of good stuff in there for you to explore, including my new book and my deck. And tarot-related t-shirts. And what else have we got? We've got tarot journals. We've got spell candles. We've got smudging sticks. We've got what else? My other books as well. I've got 3 books. Just so you know. Just saying. 3 books. All good. All right. Hello, Twin Soul. Lovely to see you. What are Anas's actions towards me? Okay, let's have a look. Right. Okay, let's have a look. Well, not much in the way of action, sweetie. Hanged Man is like not doing much, really. I mean, it could be that it's just sort of cogitating under the surface. It's just waiting, isn't it? It's just everything just being in suspension. Not a lot happening, really. Now, okay, if we really want to stretch it, we could say it is possible that over time his perspective might change from what it is now, and that process of allowing things to be and just allowing them to be as they are, it's a very important process because it allows you both to really think about the situation and think about what you want and what you don't want and what's right and what isn't right for you both. So at the moment, that's what he's doing. He's not doing anything. He's just allowing everything to just stay still and accept the situation the way it is. So he's not fighting, he's not struggling, he's not unhappy, he's not happy. He just is. So that's what he's doing, sweetie. And yeah, and it's okay. So I think in time he'll come to a conclusion one way or the other, but at the moment he's just processing, I think. Right? Hope that makes sense. Okay. Jimmy's current feelings for Thandika. Right. Okay, Jimmy's current feelings for Thandika. Let's have a look. Can I ask everybody if you can be really brave and just post your question once? Because the trouble is, I can't see down the scroll because we have so many posts, and I find it difficult to remember who I've read for and who I haven't. So if you could just post your question once, that would really help me. If I forget, or if you think I've forgotten, just pop in the chat, Janice, did you forget me? And if I have, then I will make sure I pick it up. Okay. All right. Jimmy's current feelings for Thandika. Let's have a look. Okay. Well, we've got the Page of Swords. He's not the most comfortable of cards, Thandika. So it's very much, it's quite guarded in many ways. And it feels like, so the Page of Swords really does want to control the flow of information. I mean, control isn't the right word. To be abreast of the information, right? He wants to know what he needs to know. He's not controlling it. He's just knowing. I just want to find out. So it's quite investigative. So it's like, what do I need to know here? But it's also looking at problems. So this is quite a it's not a romantically powered card. What it is it's just a little bit, it can be a little bit edgy, can be a little bit unempathic. So what he's doing is he's just trying to read the situation. He's trying to figure out, it might even be he's asking the same question. What is Thandika's feelings for me? What do I need to know? What's the matter? What's the problem? It's quite, I want to know what's happening. So it's a little bit on guard, actually, is what it is. And it's not deceptive, but what it isn't doing is it's not allowing you to see everything or to understand or to know everything, because he's not ready, because it's so on guard, because he just feels like he's like, oh, I need to see what's going on in the landscape before I get vulnerable. He's not vulnerable in this, right? So it feels to me that this relationship has got a way to go before you both maybe feel comfortable with each other, if at all. At the moment, it's just a little bit edgy. His feelings are a little bit, keyed up and not comfortable, is what I would say, right? So it's a tricky one. It just might be that's what it's like now, and it'll need some proper communication to get things flowing a little bit. But he's a bit guarded and a bit on guard, right? That's how it looks to me. Right, so you'll have to see if that resonates with your experience. Great stuff. Magnet for love, very resonating, goes well with the incoming full moon. Yes, absolutely. What have we got here? Okay. We have this one. Bear with me a moment. I just have to try and press a button here. No. I don't know what's going on with my display. Never mind. I have to cope with it. Right. Inflow. You'll have to excuse me if I can't quite read you. My screen is so dark, I'm finding it actually quite difficult to read some of the messages, but I will do my best. Okay. Will Atul's work be profitable in April? Okay, let's have a look. Let's leave. All right. Let's see. Well, we've got the Ten of Wands. It's very stressful. Maybe not as profitable as he would like. So the thing is with this card, because it's a 10, it needs, we need some new inspiration here. So at the moment, Atul, I would say, is probably running out of steam. He's probably tired. He's probably feeling like he's just pushing and pushing and pushing and maybe not getting anywhere. So here's the thing. What he needs to do is stop, completely stop and go, right, okay, this isn't working. It's not that you have to junk it completely, right? But he's going to have a rethink. So new inspiration is what's needed. If he carries on doing the same thing, he's going to burn out and it's not going to work. Okay, so what he needs to do is stop and go, okay, what's not working? What's in the way? Because a bit of creative thought is needed here for him to get a new vision as to the way forward, as to what's going to change things, because it isn't going to change by keep doing the same thing time and time again. It's not going to change. Something is not working in the mix. And he is pushing too hard a boulder, which he is not going to be able to push up the hill. Okay? So, okay, good. Well, it's not necessarily what you want to hear, but you need to think of it as a work in progress rather than the absolute end of the road. It isn't. It's just what he's doing doesn't work. Not necessarily the thing. What he's doing about the thing is not working. Okay? And that's what needs to change. Okay. Cool. Hello, Bernadette. Lovely to see you. Stephanie, good to see you too. Okay. Hello, Stephanie. Lovely to see you. Can you get a card? Yes, you can. Any message from your guides? Of course. Of course you can. Can I ask everybody, please? I always do ask this, and I don't know how many people do it, but please do be honorable in this. So like the video and subscribe to the channel. And if I do a reading for you, would you pick a video on the channel, please, and press play and let it run? And then leave me a little comment and a like, because that really helps me. If you do that, that will really help me. And that is fair payment for a one card video, isn't it? So, Stephanie, what have I got for you? Let's have a look. A message from your guides. Let's have a look. Okay, good. So, Stephanie, you've got the Four of Wands. And what that's telling you is that all is well. There's nothing wrong here at all. And what it's saying is that this period of time that you're in at the moment is all about coming to a point of stability. And that's a good thing. So this card is often seen as a card of celebration. So if this is a message from your spirit guides, then that is them saying, yay, good, it's a milestone. So what we need to do is we need to find a good place to stay. So we're going to find a place where we can go, okay, we've got here, right? Where we found this place. It's a good place. We're going to light a fire. We're going to make ourselves at home. But I don't believe that what they want you to do is stay in this place forever. So this is fine, right? Getting to a point where everything is done, or done to a point, and then going, right, okay, then you get to the next phase, and that's fine, and that's for them. This is for now. So what they're saying is all is well. That's really good. We need to, it's almost like you need to look at this period of time as being a period where you're going, right, okay, this is where we get all our ducks in a row, right? Getting all together, getting our ducks in a row, getting it all sorted, so you can go, whew, great, finished, to a point, to a good point. Okay, rest, now what? Right? That's what your guides are wanting you to do. But nevertheless, they're telling you, well done, because this is a good card. The four is great. It's a card of stabilization. So it's a bit of a clap on the back is what it is. Good job. Good job. You've got to a point. This isn't somewhere to stay forever. You're not done. In other words, you're not finished. But you can take a pause, you can take a breather, and you can be pleased with yourself that you're sorted in a place. This is not bad at all, right? So they're happy with you. Take a pause, then it'll be time for the next climb, right? So that, I think that is the message from your guide. It's good though. It's a nice solid message, and it's, yeah, I'd say you've got a lot of encouragement there and a lot of cheerleading going on for you. Yeah, little celebration as to where you are, which is great. I think there's a few celestial glasses being raised. Good job. That's very nice. Very good. Okay. Bernadette, will Kayla reach out? Why? Well, there's two questions there, isn't there? So hopefully, if we take a card, we can answer both questions with one card. Let's have a look, see what we can do. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see. I'm not sure, sweetie. I'm not sure that's going to happen anytime soon. We've got the High Priestess here. The High Priestess is silence, and it's just there's nothing going on. So what I asked here is, how does Kayla feel about reaching out? Now, if I was going to get real tricky, I could make a case for saying, well, Kayla is using her intuition and she's going to intuit whether to reach out or not. But I'm going to be a lot more straight down the line about it, because that's not actually what I think the card is saying. What I think the card is saying is that certainly for now that doesn't mean forever, but certainly for now, Kayla isn't looking at taking any action at all. I mean, yes, she is. She is using her intuition. But when this card comes up, it's normally telling you that she's keeping her secrets. It's keeping secrets. It's non-physical. It's existing out of sight is what it is. And so that, because the High Priestess always sits behind the veil, so she's sitting out of sight. So I'm going to take all of that information to make it probably a no, certainly not at the moment. Now, again, it's not saying no, not never, right? But I don't think you can expect anything from Kayla in the next maybe month, right? At least. Certainly the way she's feeling at the moment, I think she's just going to sit quietly, keeping her own counsel is what this is about. All right. So I think the answer is nope, not at the moment. I don't think she's gonna. I don't see it. So maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I would read it. Okay. All right. She is lizard masked. What? Okay, that's okay. Is this? Are you talking about me? Am I lizard masked? How interesting. Am I a lizard person? What if I am? I have no idea. Who knew? Who knows what we are? Interesting. Okay, well, I don't quite know what to make of that comment, but whatever. I mean, I had a best friend once, my friend Ian, who had an iguana for 15 years, and he was the sweetest lizard ever. He used to house sit for us, and we used to come back to find Iggy draped over the table lamp like some weird sort of interior design decoration. Then we had a wicker, and it was an old sort of vintagey 1980s wicker table lamp, and it got nice and warm. And so Iggy, who was about this long, would drape itself over the top like, this feels good. Lizards aren't bad. There's nothing wrong with lizards. I'm not sure I am one. I'm a bit too hot-blooded, I think, to be honest with you. But hey, there, 555. Hey, may I ask a question? You can. Just type it in the chat. Google Mama, can you fuck up? Okay, see, I don't really want to. These are kind of boring, so I'm just going to delete that comment. So so everybody on the chat, if you want to ask a question, right, just ask me the question. If you don't want to ask a question and you just want to make daft comments, you're clogging up my feed, and so I'll just delete you. I mean, it just gets boring for everybody here. So if you want to ask a question, cool, you're very welcome. If not, then, go find somewhere else to play, if you wouldn't mind. Okay, so what have we got here? We have got at there 555. A new here. Can I get a card for Habru's feelings for me? You can indeed. Lovely. Very happy to see you. New to the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And in payment for the reading, if you could pick a video on the channel and hit play, leave me a little comment to say you've done it. That would be lovely. It's not enforced. Just nice. Okay. A card for Habru's feelings for me. Let's have a look. Okay. Oh, okay. So we've got Temperance here. Temperance is an okay card at there. It is a card of balance. And so what this tells you about Habru's feelings is that it's okay. It's in balance. Now, it's not passion-led, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It is where we're looking at good and bad. We're looking at, this and that, and we're coming to a conclusion that, yeah, it's good. There's no extremes in here. So probably Habru is normally when we get this card, this is somebody who is not looking for the big ride. Okay, they're not looking for the big passionate thing. They're looking for what works, right? They're looking for something that works. It maybe it's not the biggest romantic deal in the world, and that is just a fact. But that doesn't mean that it isn't right for them. And so what this is it's saying, yeah, you know what? It's sort of it's okay. It's okay. So if you're in a relationship with Habru, then he's saying, well, you know what? It works. It works. If you're not, and this card doesn't tell me either way, if you're not, oh, hold on, I've got a hair in my eye. It's saying that there's not enough passion driving it to the next stage. Now, this is the problem with this card, because what's going to happen with this situation is that it can sit in this space for quite a long time, but it's probably not going to grow much beyond it. Okay, because again, we've got no extremes. We want to keep it in that space. It's not black and white. It's not massive. It's not terrible. It's good. It's okay. So that's what I'm getting for that. And you have to decide whether that's okay for you. There's no criticism of you in here at all. There's no negativity in here at all. It's just sort of okay. It's not black and white. It's all right. It's fine. It works. You've got to decide whether that's something that you're also looking for. Or if you're wanting something that has a little bit more passion, maybe the balance actually is okay. This is something that both of you need to decide whether the balance is indeed okay for you both, right? That's what he's feeling. That's what I'm getting he's feeling for you anyway. So obviously you'll have to see how that is showing up for you and whether that resonates with you or not. Ascending Universal Butterfly. How lovely. How are you? I love that name. It sounds so gorgeous. Can I have a message from the angels for the next few months, please? You can. Okay. see. All right. Okay, so we have here the Five of Cups. So the message from the angels for you, and it's a really sweet message, is it's time to walk towards the light. So whatever has disappointed you, whatever you're grieving, whatever sadness you've experienced, that is honored, and that's understood, and it's good to have done that. It's good to grieve it properly, but now it's time to leave the grave of whatever it is that's been lost and walk into the light and walk into life, especially. So this is where you're going to leave your sadness behind now. It's really important that you do that, because at the moment there's still a part of you which is perhaps a bit stuck in that, and it's important that you kiss that goodbye now and that you walk forward, because you're not going to be able to find the happiness that you really want unless you do. All right? Really important. So over the next few months, whatever, if you haven't got here yet, if that happens, if you find something is disappointing, something doesn't work out how you want it to, whatever that is, you cannot let it be definitive. You cannot let it define you. Don't let disappointment define you. Really important that it doesn't. Keep walking. Walk towards life, possibility, potential, and just open your arms and welcome it in, right? The disappointment is not is not the name of the game here. It's just something that we need to walk through in order to get to the next bit. All right. So that's a really lovely message from your guides, from your angels. That's really nice, really positive for you. So make sure you remember that, yeah, over the next couple of months. That's really important for you to keep that here and here as well. Great stuff. Okay, hello Shakti, lovely to see you. In the flow. Oh, thank you, guys. Like the video and ask questions. Don't forget to like. Thank you. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Great stuff. Okay. Oh, I haven't moved that question on. That's okay, John. That does feel positive, doesn't it? I thought that was a really positive answer. Very nice. Okay, Shakti. Let's have a look. What is AM's thoughts about me? Is he romantically interested? Well, let's see if we can find out. Okay. Oh, let's see. Well, we've got the Two of Pentacles. And how does he feel romantically? Off and on, I would say. So look, I think there could possibly be a bit of flirting going on, a little bit of, a little bit of ebb and flow. Whether or not this is going to turn into anything solid, I'm not entirely convinced. I don't think that he is as grounded in how he feels as to make him really sort of commit to a course of action. So what we have here is we have probably a little bit of hot and cold, maybe a little back and forward, maybe, you think he's interested and maybe he's not. It's a very unstable energy. So it's almost like somebody's kind of going like that, right? It's just not grounded is what it isn't. So I think he's playing, honestly. Romantically, if there's a romantic interest, it's very light, is what it is. So it's light, it's playful, but I don't think at the moment it's going to lead you anywhere more than that. Certainly not in the next couple of months, I don't think. Of course, it might develop onwards, but I wouldn't want to bet my future on it, if I was honest with you. So I think it's just very light. I don't think it's a committed to action type of energy. I'll have to see, Shakti. Okay. Lotus. Oh, Lotus of Serendipity. I say, that's a lovely name, isn't it? Can I request a general reading, please? Blessings to you. Yes, you can. Blessings to you too. Okay. Let's have a little look. All right. Okay, so when I do a general reading card, what I like to try and do is I like to try and bring your higher self into the reading so that you can get a nice higher perspective. Okay, so let's ask. Oh, well, that's lovely. Look, we got the sun. Isn't that great? So basically, what this is telling you is, so I asked your higher self to tell you what you needed to align yourself with over the next month. And this is, you basically need to have fun. You need to enjoy yourself. This is where there is nothing hidden. This is where life is showing itself to you in all its glory. So it's great. I think your next month is going to be pretty awesome, honestly. Enjoy is the message here. It's lovely. We don't get the sun very often in a reading. There is I wish we got it more, but it doesn't come up that much. But this is, if you have a message from your higher self and you get the sun, it's basically telling you to make the most of this month and really enjoy yourself. Really lean into joy. That is your prescription here, right? Make the most of this. Make the most of what feels good, because we've got nothing hidden. We've got no shadow. We've got nothing to fear. So all is well. All is good. Very happy to be the deliverer of good news. That's great. Very good. Very good April for you, I think, coming up. Good stuff. Yes, Michelle, that it did make a bit of sense, didn't it? Hello, Gina. Hello, Gina. Thank you for your message, Gina. That's great. I haven't had a chance to reach out to those guys yet, but I will be. That was really good information. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Let me see, what does this say? Hello, quick update. Last week she said I need to get things finished Friday. I sorted 2 long-standing problems at work. Yay! Perfect. Isn't that awesome? Well done, Karen. That's really good. Okay. Let's have a look. Good, vanilla and pie. I'm glad. Hello, Maren. Obviously, I was at the conference that was weighing on me and it all went well, but it wasn't massively interesting. Well, maybe that's the point, because it was the Hanged Man you got, wasn't it, Maren, for that guidance about going? It was just like, well, just, just allow it to be. It's quite interesting that the Hanged Man was just, it's almost like a bit of a, well, what's it really saying? And I think what it was saying is just let it be what it is. Just allow it to be, and just, if you go, fine, it'll be okay. If you don't, also, it'll be okay. So that's really interesting. I'm glad, especially as it was weighing on you. I'm glad. Hello, Christina from Florida. Lovely to see you. Okay, Maren, you can absolutely have a spiritual guidance card for the month of April. In's flow. I don't believe I did skip your question. I don't remember what your question was, but I will look back and see. But I do remember reading for you, though. But let's see. Okay, this is for Maren. Okay. Whoa, Maren, you've got death. So look, we all know death doesn't mean death, does it? But it does mean the death of something. And it does mean that for Maren particularly, it might be time to draw a line or let something go. So it's change, basically. It's time for change. It's time now. And it's time to let go what needs to be let go of. Let go of what needs to be let go of. Is that right, grammatically? Anyway, that's actually quite positive, I think, Maren, because it's sort of saying the alarm's gone off now, and now it's time to pull the plug on what you need, what you know needs to go. And that's okay, because what we really like about readings when they work well is when they give us a clear instruction that this is what needs to happen at this moment. And for you, April, death is absolutely your best friend. So whatever it is needs to go. Maren, you need to action it. And interesting, huh? Interesting. A big, powerful card for you, though, I think, which is, I think, very good. I think very good. I think it's very positive, honestly. Great stuff. What have we got here? Oh, Stephanie, I think I read for you already. I'm pretty sure I did. What else do we have? Read Karen. Okay, Karen, let's have a look. Can you advise what I should prepare for as an outcome of my recent medical tests at the eye hospital? Okay, let's do that. Right. Okay. you've got the nine of Pentacles, Karen, which is all right, That's okay. That's actually an improvement in lifestyle. There's some freedom there. As an outcome of medical tests, I think this is telling you that all is well. Honestly, I don't see any difficulties with that. I think it's probably asking you to look at some lifestyle elements. So, what you do habitually, what are the way you live. Not that it's not critical, but it's just looking at the elements of your life and saying, okay, we need to look at this holistically and look at what's in play with regards to the way you live, what's in your life, what you do, all of that stuff. So that could be part of the conversation, but it doesn't look negative to me. It doesn't look like there's a big problem or that there'll be bad news at all. So it might just be that you need to make some adjustments around that. But I don't see any need to be worried with that card. I think that looks pretty optimistic, actually. But come back and tell us. And remind me that I gave the Nine of Pentacles, and let's compare and let's see how that works out. Good. Okay, Suren, lovely to see you. May I have a guidance for love? There's no possibility I will win in my love, please. Feels like defeated. Oh. Well, Suren, what I'm going to do, Suren, is I'm going to take a guidance card for you around love in general, right? Rather than about a specific person, because you want to be happy. And just because one love doesn't work out doesn't mean there isn't the possibility for you to be happy with the right person. So let's ask how you can find the happiness that you really want in love. Well, we've had this card already, and so the advice is the same. So this card is, yes, you do feel defeated right now. We get that. And that's horrible. And you're depressed, and you feel like you've lost, and you're grieving, right? You're grieving, but it's not the end. It's not the end, Suren. It really isn't. It feels like it, but it isn't. So look at this card. I want you to look at it properly. You see, look, this is you. This is you. This is the relationship that's been lost, right? But look at this. Look at this doorway. So it's asking you to engage with life. It's asking you to engage with the light. Grieve what you must, but embrace life. It's really important that you do, because there's so much out there through that door if you allow for it. But if you sit in the dark at the grave of what's been lost forever, then you never get to experience what life has to offer and all the amazing stuff out there that's there for you should you decide to go and engage with it, because it isn't going to come find you, honey. So don't sit in the dark. Grieve what's been lost. Honor that. And then get up and walk to the light. Very, very important. That's your message. It's a huge message. It's really, really necessary for you. So what it tells you is all is not lost. You are not defeated. You're just really sad. And we get that. We get that. but you're not over, sweetie. It's not over by a long chalk. All right? Hope that helps a little bit. Okay, great stuff. Happy Louisa. That's all right. It's my pleasure. Pretty in pink. Hello. Great. Does Jay have good intentions towards me? Well, let's ask. Let's see. Let's see. Well, yes, I would say so. We have the Ace of Cups, which is really nice. So this is actually emotionally authentic. So there is genuine like here with the potential of something more. There is no ill intention here. So what this is saying, because we have an ace, so what we have is we have the potential of somebody being authentic with their feelings, somebody opening up. There is good potential here. It's there's no negativity. So I would say yes, I would. It isn't making any guarantees as to where that may or may not lead, because it is in fact an ace. So it has all the potential in there within it, good and not so good. So it may work out, but intentions is what you asked about. And intentions, I would say generally, yes, are pretty good. All good. Likes you, for sure. I think that's okay. No guarantees, though, about what might happen down the line. Just saying, just covering my bases there. Good. Well, Red Karen, I'm glad. Yes, the April energy reading did kind of did nail its colours to the mast, didn't it? That's great. Okay. Sandika, he blocked me for 4 months. Yeah, well, that makes sense, doesn't it? With that, that makes sense with that page of swords card, because it's very guarded, very suspicious, very not wanting to let anyone see, not wanting to be vulnerable, just quite. Yeah, so I'm not surprised, really. It's not comfortable, as I said. Okay, what else do we have here? Okay, Jacinta. May I have a message about my creative purpose for the next few months? Oh, good. I like a good creative reading. Let's have a look. Creative purpose. Okay. Okay, let's have a look. Interesting card in answer to that question. So what we've got is the Five of Swords. Hold on a second. The Five of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords is saying, if this is a message about your creative purpose, so your creative purpose is going to be about processing and moving beyond past crap. Whatever it is you're carrying with you from the past, as in resentment, as in bitterness, as in stuff that you might be imbuing the present or the future with, right? Your creative purpose has to be to either turn that into work, turn it into a creative expression, or to move beyond it. Processing it is really important. So how you do that, that's going to be down to you creatively. So you might decide whatever it is, you're going to write about it or you're going to paint it, whatever it is, you've got to get it done, right? You've got to work through it. Really important, because you do not want to carry it with you any further than this. So by transmuting it, you set yourself free from it. And that's really important. So this can be, in a way, your kind of shadow muse. This is about you turning that bitterness, turning that shadow into something positive, turning it into the light, all right? So that you can let it go and you can expand. Because at the moment, if you don't, it's going to keep recurring and it's going to limit you creatively, all right? Good. That's quite good, isn't it? I quite like that. See what you think. How does that feel for you? Does that resonate? Do you know what that's talking about? Let's see. Oh, Star Phoenix. Okay, let me just answer this. Yes, no, they're both being read, sweetie, because they're all one feed. So the fact that it looks like two feeds is only because one is in portrait and one is in landscape. So one is going out to Facebook and one is being on YouTube, which is in landscape, and Facebook is in portrait. So they're both the same feed. They just look like they're different feeds, but they're not. They're the same. So don't worry. If you post on one, it comes up on both. It's okay. Great. There's this, Zach144. I'm going through Kundalini awakening and spontaneity, speaking in different languages. My goodness. Well, that's very dramatic. Goodness gracious. Okay. I mean, you haven't asked me a question, but I'll take a guidance card for you. I mean, I tell you what, just in case you have asked me a separate question, I will quickly scoot through ahead. Nope, I'll take a guidance card for you for that. Well, that sounds amazing, doesn't it? What an incredible experience. Kundalini awakening can be quite traumatic sometimes and very destabilizing, but it sounds like you're dealing with it very well. Different languages. Okay, let's take a guidance card for you around exactly that. Now that's interesting. So you've got the Six of Swords, which tells you that the process isn't over. So there is still a process in play. And I wonder if the thing of speaking in different languages will pass. It might just be that you're maybe connecting different timelines, connecting to, there are some people that think we skip dimensions, whatever it is. But I think this is part of a process which is going to lead you to a different destination. So I don't know whether you will continue to speak in different languages as the process moves forward. I don't think that's the case. So I think it's part of a process. I don't think it's your destination. So keep going. I think it may well take longer to play out than you think it will. Okay. However, it's okay. And you don't need to know the destination at the moment, but it certainly is a changing destination. It changes you within the terms of that destination. You will be changed. And that's a good thing. And the process is what's important. So we don't want to rush, we don't want to push, we just want to allow that process to take place, and however long it takes. And it could take up to a year, it could easily do. So just allow it to take place and know that I think the language thing will fade after a while. But that's okay. That's okay, because it's as it should be now. Okay. So I hope that makes some sense. Hope that helps. That's what I think that is. Okay. Let's see, Adam. Like number 6, thank you. On Saturday night at work, I saw Mary. When she saw me, she looked down. What did you think when she saw me? At work, I see her once a week. She works the morning shift. I work an afternoon shift. Okay, let's have a look. All right, so let's ask what Mary's response was to seeing you. Have a look. So we've got the 6 of Pentacles here, Adan. So this is where we've got a little bit of who's going to give what going on. So this is always a hierarchical relationship. So this is where, you're going to get a balance of power between two people, where it's like one is going, well, I'll give a little bit, maybe I'll give a look, and the other person will go, well, I'm not going to give too much either. So we've got, it's not exactly a standoff, but it's very much about what the balance of power is, and how much each person in the equation is gonna give or not give. So that's what she's thinking. She's thinking, well, how can I put this into words that make sense? She's just thinking, probably she's thinking, what's he thinking, honestly, because, right? And, you're both thinking, what does the other one want? You're both thinking, what do I do in this situation for the best result? I wonder if she is waiting maybe for you to do something, throw something into the mix, right? It doesn't feel negative, Adan, honestly. But it's a little bit of a standoff, isn't it? It's a little bit of a standoff. So I think she's probably just waiting for you to do something or give some sort of sign. I don't know that she's going to. I mean, it's going to be incremental between you, right? Because neither of you wants to be seen to be, giving more than the other one. So whatever you do, you're going to have to be subtle, and you're going to have to give just enough, but not too much. Okay? You give a little bit, maybe she'll give a little bit, and then you find your way like that, and then you find your way to the next stage. This is it's a bit of a magical mystery tour, to be honest with you, but I don't think it's going to be resolved quickly. All right, because she doesn't want to be seen to be the one who's going to, come across first. So I think you're going to have to at least do something, which just a little bit, but she's withholding for sure. It's a tricky one. It is a tricky one. I think she cautiously likes you, Adam, but it's not a situation that she's going to just lean into. That's for sure. Oh, complicated. That's all right. Okay, there 555. I didn't miss your message. I've definitely read for you. Let me scroll back and have a look. See, sometimes these lives do go on, and sometimes we go off and make a cup of tea or something, and then we miss it. Can I get a card for Habru's feelings for me? Ah, yes, I remember that. That was Temperance, I think. That was Temperance, which was not extreme. So very much about balance. So working out whether the relationship is sort of okay. It just sort of works. There's no extremes in the mix. It's just it's a little bit emotionally. It's not on the fence, but it's not being swept away with anything either. So you'll have to listen back and listen to the whole reading. But yes, I definitely did read for you. I remember that. Okay, so there we go. The chat is the same. I think therefore I am. I'm pink, therefore I spam. Oh, bless. Melissa Cornett, does Joe have good intentions for me? Let's have a look. Does Joe have good intentions for me? Let's see. Okay. What can I say? Joe's intentions are, the Queen of Wands is, the reason I'm hesitating here is because it depends on whether Joe's talking about himself or you. So if this is his intention, it is that it's not negative particularly, but it is, I think, about him. It's all one's base, so it's very upfront, right? So I don't honestly see. Here's the tricky thing. I'm not sure that it's about you, Melissa. The problem is that what he wants is what he wants. Now, it's not negatively intended, so there's no actual how can I put this? There's no malevolence here. There's no bitterness. There's no anger. There's no desire to hurt at all. But you know what he wants is to enjoy himself. Or Joe, I presume, is a male, but whoever this is, he wants to enjoy himself. He wants you to be sexy, to be attractive. He wants that experience. I don't think he's thinking about your well-being as a priority. Now, again, please don't take that he's just being a git. He's not. He's just interested in having a good time and enjoying himself, maybe enjoying himself with you. But it's very passion-led again because it's Wands energy, so it's fire. So it's not a deeply emotional, thing. It's more crackly than that. So I wouldn't assume ill intent, but I wouldn't necessarily lean in to him thinking, well, you know, I'm thinking about you in every decision I make, or I'm wanting to take care of you emotionally in any profound way, because I don't think that's part and parcel of it. It's not that deep. Right? It's not uncaring. It's perfectly nice and probably quite fun, but it's not emotionally grounded, right? That's how it's a tricky one to explain. I hope I explained it okay. I hope that, and maybe I hope it makes sense within the terms of what you know about Joe and your relationship. So it feels like Joe wants to come back to life. He wants to be happy. He wants to enjoy himself. He wants to enjoy whatever connections he has. And I feel that that's coming for him. It's almost like he wants to be a phoenix. He wants to come back to life. And so if he's the Queen of Wands, which I suspect he probably is, he also wants a partner who is also the Queen of Wands, because he's either coming out of or wanting change of some sort, right? That's for sure. So this is all part of that. This is all part of him going, okay, I want to be myself. I want to enjoy. I want to do that. It's not so much about emotional connection, really. It's not to say there isn't any, but that's not what's powering it at its core underneath. Okay. HH, I am fine. I was wondering, how much do your readings cost? Well, you can book online, HH. They are 65 for 30 minutes or 95 for an hour. And you can book online through my calendars. We have Genesis. Jew, is Joe interested in me? That's the second Joe we've had on the call tonight. Lots of Joes. Okay. So everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. Please do like the video. And also, if I've done a reading for you this evening, please do go back to the channel, pick a video of your choice and click play. And leave me a little comment to say that you've done it and like the video. It really helps me with YouTube. I don't have enormous viewing figures. I'm hoping that YouTube will start to smile on me soon. So if you've enjoyed this and you enjoy the channel, please help me out by playing the videos. It gives YouTube the indication that you are interested, and that helps me a lot. So I would appreciate that. Thank you, if you would. All right, so Genesis, let's have a look. Is Joe interested in me? I'm presuming romantically from that. I'm presuming romantically. Well, we've got the Hanged Man here. So there's not a lot of energy in this. If he is interested, he isn't acting on it, or he's not gonna act on it. So he's waiting. He is allowing everything just to be exactly as it is. Now, probably what this is, it's because maybe he doesn't know how he feels, or maybe he doesn't think his circumstances allow for him to take action in a way that's going to work out. So what this is where somebody sacrifices their position. They when I say sacrifice, what I mean is they just cast it to the winds. So they go, right, well, you know, if I have feelings, I sacrifice them. If I have impatience, I sacrifice it. So it's like I let it go. I allow it to be exactly as it is, and I take no action. And in doing that, I allow a process to take place that gives me the information that I need in order for me to be able to do something down the line, right? So, is Joe interested in you romantically? Okay. If I'm gonna be the purveyor of cold truths, not strongly enough. Not at the moment. There isn't enough power in this energy to push him into taking action. So what he's doing, he's just sat there, just going, I'm just going to wait. I'm just waiting. There's no anxiety in the waiting. It's just literally waiting. For whatever reason he's waiting, that is more powerful than any feelings he may have that would make him not want to wait. His desire to wait is the most powerful element of his feelings. Okay, so that's where he is at the moment. I'm afraid he's just sitting there doing not a lot, really. So yes, I think you're going to have a think about that. Okay, that's all right. Ascending Universal Butterfly, it's my pleasure. No problem, Shanti, that's fine. Zach, you're from Scotland. How lovely to see you. There we go. All right, can I have a general reading, please? I'm sure I already read for somebody called Zach. Was it you? I don't remember. I will take a card for you just in case it wasn't. Zach, if you're new to the channel, please do like and subscribe. Play a video on the channel for me. Leave me a comment to say that you have. Okay, a general reading card from your higher self. Okay, so right now, Zach, may not be an easy time for you. And it is a time right now that you've just got to grit through, right? So it may not be comfortable. And that's fine. And sometimes we do get these periods in life where it isn't comfortable, but you need to endure at the moment. And what the most important message of this card is, and it's something I always bang on about, is you need to be strong for the right reasons. Why are you being strong? It's really important that you know your why. Because if you're just being strong to endure, then we end up sometimes a bit stuck. However, at the moment, for the next month, being strong is actually your best call. So don't do anything. Don't take any action. Just literally hold the line now. Hold it, and you'll get your message as to when the time comes for you to act. Now is not the time to act. Now is just the time to sit it through. Be brave. Even if it's uncomfortable, it's okay. You're safe. It's all right. Nothing bad's going to happen. It's just not the time to do anything. Just tough it out. Okay? There you go. That is my reading. That's all right, Lotus of Serendipity. That's my pleasure. Marin, you're right. It wasn't the Hanged Man. That was for your friend, wasn't it? It was the Hermit. Yes, that's right. I remember now. Well done. Okay, so we have Tomoko. It's 2 a.m. in Bangkok, Thailand. I'm not sleepy at all. Oh, wow, a nocturnal person. You're going to be tired tomorrow, though. But lovely to see you too. So do you want me to take a card for you, Tomoko? I will take a card for you, but if you want to ask me a specific question, then do so. You haven't asked me a question, so I won't take a card for you in case you've got something specific you want to actually ask. Okay. No, John, your stalker card has not shown up. Great. Okay, what have we got here? Okay. Reese Paula. Okay, this is great. I think you're new to the channel, darling. I don't remember seeing your name before. Welcome to you. Please do subscribe. Please do like the video, and pick a video on the channel and hit play for me. Play it through and leave me a little comment to say that you've done it. I will be very happy if you will do that. No, Lisa King, you haven't been read yet. Did I leave? Okay, Lisa, then repost your message, darling, because I haven't seen it. So do repost it again for me so I can see it, because I must have missed it the first time. So that's fine. You're called to repost it. Okay, so this is for Reese Paula. All right. Okay. Advice about breaking free from Fran. Let's ask. Well, you've got the King of Cups. So basically, this is batting it right back to you, sweetie. So the King of Cups, as you can see here, there you go, I'll hold it up for you. You see, he's like the counselor, isn't he? And what he's saying is, so you're going to have to do a bit of soul searching here. You're going to have to work out what part in this you're playing. Because if you're not breaking free from Fran, then there is something that you're doing in this mix which is allowing this to happen. So this is you going into a little bit of psychotherapy here with yourself, going, well, okay, how is this relationship codependent? Just saying, that's what the card is asking. How is it codependent? How are you working together? Because she'll be doing something and then you'll be pinging off that. And the two things are going to be basically working in tandem. So you can break free. Absolutely, you can. But you need to look at why you think you might not be able to. What perhaps is keeping you stuck in the situation, which is on you, right? Which Fran is not doing. You're in this as well. So your energy is in play. And it's asking you to take emotional responsibility for your part in it. Now, I'm not saying you're to blame, but I am saying that you are part of the equation, and you have more control in this emotionally than I think you are allowing for, right? You have more control than you think you do. So that's your reading. So the answer is yes, but only if you take control emotionally of her and you, mainly you, right? Interesting. Cool. Right. Hello, Heba. New subscriber. Thank you very much. That's lovely. What would you like? Heba, would you, if you'd like a question, just do please post it in the chat. That's fine. And we have Susham. Is that Susham or Susha? Susha. Can I have one card? You can, sweetie. You absolutely can. Let's see. All right. Good. All right. The Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is an interesting card. It's quite an exciting card. And I asked if you could please have a message from your higher self to guide you through the coming month. And so you've got the Knight of Cups, and sorry, the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is telling you that two things need to come to the fore. First of all, you need to have a big burst of energy. So power forward, but you're going to have to watch out, because there's going to come a point at which you're going to run out of steam. Now, if that's now, you're going to have to push through it, right? Because the Knight of Wands is passion-led. So what it's telling you is you need to work up a bit of a head of steam here, right? You need to focus on making sure that you are powered correctly to get done what you've got to get done and to get done what you want to do. But understand that you're going to have to manage that energy, because you might find that you burn bright and burn out, right? And that when that happens, you go really flat. So being aware of that, managing it in advance is really going to be really, really useful to you. So you need to watch your energy levels, and watch how you manage yourself across the next month, so you've got enough energy to keep going with what you need to do. You don't run out of steam. All right. So that's good advice. Hope that's helpful. Interesting message from your higher self. That's fine. Okay. This is Solar, I think, or is it Hola? You'll forgive me if I've mispronounced it. Okay. I am you. Very welcome to you. Thank you for joining us. It's lovely to see you. Please make sure you subscribe, like the video. Find a video on the channel and hit like. Play it through for me. Leave me a message. Right. If you text Luigi, is he going to block me? Or are we going to start talking again? Okay, then. Let's take some guidance for you. I don't think he'll block you. We've got the King of Wands here. I don't think he'll block you. I think you may start talking again, because actually, Luigi, if Luigi is the King of Wands, he quite likes the attention, actually. But the thing is that he likes to be in control as well. So that's not to say he won't block you again, but he does it so that he's always got your attention. He just likes attention. He likes to be desired. So it could well be that if you text him, you may get a reply. I think you need to really manage your expectations about what's possible, though, with him, because it's all about him, sweetie, not about you. And so, even if you start talking again, understand that it will still all be about him, and you are not high on his priority list or his agenda, other than knowing that he's got your attention. And once he's got your attention, he may well get your attention again by blocking you again, just because it keeps the cat and mouse game going, maybe. So just be careful of what you think is possible here, because I think it's probably quite limited, honestly. All right. Okay, I've been going through it and don't know how to see the light. Do you see anything new coming in? All right, sweetie, let's have a look. I'm sorry you've been going through a hard time. That is really tough. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm connecting to your higher self and your guides, and I want to know from them what they want you to do. Because here's the thing, your question is valid. I understand your question. Do you see anything new coming in? There will always be something new coming in, darling. You don't even have to ask that question. There always will be. It just depends on what you decide to lean into. Okay, life carries on. There will always be more life. It just depends on whether you want to interact with it. So what I want to do is I'm going to ask your higher self and your guides to give guidance to you to walk through to a new life, to the life that you want, right? Because you want to be happy. We get that. So let's ask how you can make the next steps to walk into that future that you want to walk into. Okay. So here we've got the Six of Cups. Now the Six of Cups is a really interesting card because it's a bridge, and it's a bridge between the emotional past and the emotional future. And what's really important about this, you see, we've got this little rose here, and we've got this black and white picture of two children playing on the beach, and that's symbolic. And what it tells you is that we look at the past through rose-colored glasses, and we always think it is definitive, right? And then we look back to a point where maybe we were happy in the past, and we want that to come back. Whatever it is, the past is something that we need to move on from. And so how you see the light is putting the past in its place and understanding that the past is not where you were happiest or that defines you in any way. It is a story. It's part of your story, not the end of your story. It is just a chapter. It's the point if this was a movie, right, and you were doing the voiceover, you would say, and this was the part where I did this, right? If you were narrating, you would say, this was the part where I felt this. And this is the point in the plot where all seems lost, where everything is gone, and I didn't see a way forward. But what this tells you is that there is a way forward, but you've got to see it as that in order to cross the bridge to the next bit that is the future. And you do that by understanding that the way you interact with life, the way you allow for something positive coming out of life, that will be your way forward. And what you need to contend with next in that is that you've got to start again, sweetie. That's the point. That's what's over the bridge. You've got to start again. And you've got to make a leap of faith. And you've got to understand that in that leap of faith, you've got all the potential at your disposal. You've got good and you've got bad. Good stuff is going to happen. Bad stuff will happen, of course, because that's life. And your job as the Fool, which is the card I've just taken for you as guidance for that process, because I think it's important when we get to this really hard place that we know what to do next. And what they're asking you to do is wipe the slate clean and go, right, Kit, I'm just going to start again. I'm just going to wipe the slate clean and jump and know that I can figure it out as I go. All right? So if you do that, you will find new. I promise you will. And you will have another adventure. And that adventure will have some good bits and it will have some bad bits, but it sure as hell isn't over. I promise you that. All right? There is a lot more to come. There really is. Just leave the past behind. Just draw a line, cross the bridge, and move into the next part. And then you can get on with telling the story of the movie, right? What happens next in the movie? That's got to be your thing. You've got to write it. No one's going to write it for you, right? It's kind of cool, really. That's all right. Okay. Great. Okay, thank you very much, John. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, write a comment, buy Janice's new book, and visit Janice's online shop, which is lifecodetarot.store. There you can find all kinds of amazing things, tarot related. Okay, what have we got here? We have a message from guides, please. Gemini, hello, yes, and my name is Liz. Okay, Liz, that's fine, we can. You absolutely can. Right, a message from Lucy's guides. Aha, we have the Five of Wands. We had this a little while ago. So your guides are asking you to deal with something that you're pretty conflicted about. And that is probably you feeling like your back's against the wall in some way, or you're, you know, you need to stand up. It's like you need to stand up and fight your corner and stand up for yourself. This is the baseline meaning of this card. However, as we know, and as I've said before, this card requires you to sort out your own internal conflict first, because what your guides are saying is it is the fact that you're conflicted about conflict that is the problem, not the conflict. The conflict is a test. It's a test for you. So you being conflicted about it, you've got to decide what you stand for. You've got to decide what your position is, what your opinion is, and you've got to know it and believe it and be quietly confident with it. And then you won't be conflicted anymore. Even if you don't particularly love it, you can still be strong with it. That's the most important thing. It is your internal conflict which is causing you the problem, not life conflict, because it's your internal conflict which is going to win. When you win that, you win the external conflict, right? That will solve that problem. I hope that makes sense. I hope so. Okay. Hadika, lovely to see you. Like number 11. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Lisa King, can you please type your question again? Because I haven't seen your question. So just repost it if you would for me. For some reason, I haven't seen it. I haven't read for you yet. So just repost it again, Lisa, and I will get to that for you. Okay. So this is Simon. Simon Butte. Hello. I'm pretty sure I've seen your name before. Have I read for you before? I don't know. Your name is familiar to me. I'm not sure why. But yes, of course you can have a card. Let's take you a card, a guidance card, again, from your guides for the next month ahead, for April. Queen of Pentacles. Well, this is I mean, it's not an exciting month, Simon, I've got to be honest with you, but it's okay. I mean, good news is it's not terrible in the slightest bit. It's really practical and down to earth. So it's just telling you to, get done what you've got to get done, compromise on what you need to compromise on, just basically make this a month where you just get on and do stuff. So it's, as I said, it's not the most super powered of months, but it's all right. It's actually okay. So what this is just you being very hands-on with your life. Now it's important that you are not gritty about it, right? Somebody once said to me, the Queen of Pentacles is a bit like the dinner lady, and that's a funny thing to say. A bit like the dinner lady in the Houses of Parliament. She's one of the most loved persons. She walks around from room to room, bestowing tea and biscuits and good cheer and comfort on all concerned. So basically, what this is saying is you've just got to be the dinner lady of your life. You've just got to do the stuff that gets the job done, that makes everybody happy, compromise where you need to. You know what, if someone wants chocolate biscuits and not hobnobs, well, that's okay too. So just that's what this month is going to be about, right? Taking care of business in a good way that keeps everybody happy, you as well. And then you can go and do the next thing, which might be a bit more exciting next month, but not this month. So there you go. That's not so bad, actually. I think Queen of Pentacles month is a good month. Okay, what else do we have? Outlier. Great. Okay. Outlier. I don't think I've read for you before. Well, I'll take a card. I'm not sure whether I have done a creative reading, but I don't think it was for you. Okay, so let's do that. Guidance for your creative career. That's cool. Anyway, I like a creative question. Let's have a look. Right. Now here's interesting. So we've got the Tower. The Tower is never an easy card, Outlier, and what this is telling you is that you need to have a big old rethink. Now, look, it's not telling you that your creative career is not going to happen. It's not telling you that. But what it is telling you is that you need to have a major rethink about your position to it. and what you thought it was going to be and what the way forward might be. Because the tower is where we built up a thing, we built up a vision of what we thought something was going to be, we built up a belief system of some sort, which now has to come down because it doesn't serve you anymore. So your creative career is going to need you to really break down the constraints of what you believe to be true about your life and your career. Maybe you need to let something fall. Maybe you need to allow everything to hit the dust in order for you to rebuild in a different way. So now look, it's not easy, but it is necessary. And especially when it comes to creativity, sometimes, we build something, or we're doing things a certain way, or we're seeing things a certain way, and it's just not working, or it's not gonna work. And that's okay. It doesn't mean that the thing itself needs to just be jettisoned. But what it does mean is that you need a new way of looking at it. You need to see a new truth here. And that new truth has to be positive, right? So you're going to build a new thing, right? Whatever your creative career is, you're going to have to find a new way of looking at it, a new way of doing it. You're going to have to build a new belief system. Now, what that is, I can't tell you here, because obviously this is one card. And obviously this is a big card. And there are probably more questions here than answers. But nevertheless, it does tell you that you need to let something fall. What you do after that, that's another process. But right now, you need to let something fall. You need to allow it. You need to make space for that and be open to that, and not try and save anything. Not now. Doesn't mean you can't rebuild. Doesn't mean you need to let everything, doesn't mean it's over. But this part that's been built on whatever this is, that's not going to help you anymore. So you're going to have to start again from ground zero. And that's okay. It's okay. You can build it up again. You absolutely can. All right. I hope that's helpful. It's not easy, but it's important. Okay. I hope that makes sense to you, sweetie. Okay. Yes. Yes, Susha, you do post your question in this chat. I know it's confusing. If you're seeing two feeds, it doesn't matter which feed you're on. Honestly, they both come into the same place. It's just that one's on a phone and one's on a laptop. So they're both the same. It's all okay. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. Thane. I think it's Thane. Do forgive me if I've pronounced it incorrectly. Okay. Oh, so the Wheel of Fortune is telling you that you're heading into or through a change cycle. Now, this is not death. It's not a big meltdown, but it is a new chapter. And what this new chapter is going to take you to the next part of your story. Okay. And this is where we always have unforeseen. We have unforeseen changes. So we have the wheel spinning. So what the wheel does is the wheel just goes, okay, we're going this way. And it's like it moves you to different train tracks, or it just moves you to a different space. And what your job is to go with it. You can't fight it. You mustn't fight it. Sometimes if we're doing really well, the wheel will turn and we sort of hit the deck a bit. Sometimes if things look a bit rubbish, the wheel is going to turn and we're going to move on to the next phase where things start to go well again. So whatever the wheel is doing, it's going to change. So whatever is now won't be. It's going to move you. And that's life. That's life doing its thing. That's okay. Go with it. Changes are afoot. Don't be scared. Dance with it. Make the most of it. Lean in. All will be well. All right? That's good. It's a good thing. Okay, what else have we got? Yes, so Susha, yes, do put your question in the chat. Okay. Current feelings, please. Pisces. Is Pisces the person? So you want the person who is Pisces, you want their current feelings. Allah. All right. All right, let's see what we can do. Okay, so this is the person you're thinking of. This is not all Pisces. This is the person you're thinking of. Okay, what are their current feelings for you? I presume romantically. Yeah, gosh, we've got this card coming up a lot tonight, haven't we? So 5 of Wands again. So what this is telling you is that this person has conflicting emotions about you and doesn't think that you want the same thing. So she thinks you have different agendas and she isn't convinced, I don't think, that you are compatible in what you want probably in life. So it's not that she doesn't like you. It's just that I don't think she thinks you're on the same page. And so that's going to cause problems, she thinks. So that's what I'm getting. You're going to have to decide whether or not you know what those conflictions are and to be honest about them. Because if she's right, then she's right. It will cause problems and you can't force it. So you need to decide whether or not you truly are on the same page and she's got it wrong or not. So there you go. That is for you to work out. How did you know I went off and made a cup of tea? At least you didn't know about the cookies that were consumed. So what were they, John? Were they hobnobs or were they chocolate digestives? What were they? Or were they stem ginger cookies? Because they're my favourite. Just saying. I'm a stem ginger cookie girl. Okay. Let me see. Butter. What do I need to know for my highest good today? Oh, what a lovely question. Butter 3434. Okay. Right, what does Butter need to know for their highest good today? Well, there you go. So I know this looks like a scary card, but it isn't at all really. What it's telling you is that the thing you fear, the thing you're anxious about, your anxiety is just that. It's just anxiety. So it's really important for you to know what fears are actually real and what fears are just dread or just things that you think might happen, right? So you've got to decide the truth. So what you cannot be governed by your fear. It's really important that you know that the worst case scenario that you dread or you think might happen, or it's like, oh my God, what if that happens? It'll all be over. That's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. That's what you need to know for your highest good today. Fear is just not doing anything for you at all. It's not enabling you. It's keeping you stuck. So really important that you move through it, that you see it for what it is, which is just your nightmare, and you move through, solve whatever problems you need to with a clear head, assuming that the worst is not going to happen, all right? Because it isn't. There you go. Lisa King, you can indeed have a card. Every time I see your name, Lisa, I think, oh my God, my daughter's on the live. Because my daughter's name is Lisa. Very sweet. Okay. All right, so this is a card for Lisa. Okay, so Lisa, what this is telling you is that this coming month is going to be a bit of a gateway month for you. And it is actually quite important that you decide which way you're going to go. So we've got you standing at a bit of a crossroads. Will you, won't you? Should you, shouldn't you? So the question is, what path are you going to take? You do need to make a decision. This card is called Dominion. So whatever decision you make, you need to make from an empowered perspective. So you need to stand there not scared. You need to stand there strong and confident and going, right, well, I'm going to do that, or I'm going to do that. And whatever I choose to do, I'm right. Because whatever you choose to do, you will be right. Because when you're certain and you step down a path with firm intention, confidence and vision, then you're going to make a good job of that path. There is no wrong path, only the path you decide to commit to, all right? That's really important. And this is the month to do it. This is the month to take that action and decide which path you're going to march down, all right? That way or that way. Important you take action. Anyway, good. Very good. Like that. Very definite. Very good. Oh, thank you, Cassia. That's really lovely. I'm very well, thank you. Cassia, do you want a card tonight? Very lovely to see you. And how to make your mum happy this Easter? Well, that could be your card then, can't it? How to make your mum happy this Easter. So let's ask, what can you do that will make your mum happy this Easter? That's a lovely question. That's really nice. Let's see. So here we go. So we've got this nice little Page of Pentacles here. So this is where you message her and you tell her how you tell her that you want to do something with her just for the fun of it. So the thing about the Page of Pentacles is that it's the most action-based of all the pages. So what it's doing is it's just doing things because it's just for the experience, just because, for no particular reason, just because it's like an experience, learning experience. We just want to do it. Maybe a little course together. Maybe go and do something that you're going to learn together just because you want to. Right? Not because it's going to lead to anything important, but just because it's pleasurable. So I think something that will make your mum happy this Easter is to go and do an activity together where you might learn something together or do something that you can share together. That, I think, is what that's telling you. So hopefully that will work. See what you think. What do you think she'd like? I hope that's okay. Okay. Thanis, I have done your reading already, sweetie. How is this world real? Let's have a look. Why was CJ so mean to me? Even felt smug about how mean he was. Oh, okay. So how is this world real? I will ask about CJ. I think you're new to the channel. Do please subscribe. Let's see. Okay, so we want to know about CJ. We want to know why CJ acted the way he did. Okay, so here's the thing with the Knight of Wands. It is a very passion-led card. And the trouble is with people who are Knight of Wands powered people is that they're very unpredictable. So they act in the moment without much prior thought. They stick their foot on the gas and they just do it. And it makes them feel good to do it. Now, the trouble is what's often underneath the Knight of Wands when we really look at them as a card is not a lot really. So they're often a little bit insecure or they're on shaky ground underneath. So what happens is when they go rum, rum, like that, so either they're going to be all loved up or they're going to be all hated up or whatever it is, it's they like the rampness of it. They like the power of it, right? They just like it. It's exciting. That's why he was smug, because it makes him feel good to do something like that, right? It's power, it's wands, it's fire energy. So one minute he could be somebody who'd be love bombing somebody who's like, oh, I just really like you, and he'll just be all over you and he'll be all over the shop and he'll be driving the bus. Then when he runs out of steam, he'll get nasty, because the trouble is that he's constantly pushing and pulling his energy all the time. So that's why he's mean, because he's not somebody who is mature in his energy. His energy is uncontrollable. He can't predict what he's going to do. Just does it in the moment, right? So it's like a spitfire. He spitfires in that way, then he spitfires that way, and he likes the feeling of rush is what he likes. He likes the feeling of the rush of energy, right? So when he's mean to you, he gets off on it. He gets off on it like he would if he was all loved up. He'd get off on that too, right? What he can't feel, what he can't bear to feel is nothing, or he can't look at himself, because the trouble is if he looks at himself, what he looks at, what he sees, he doesn't like very much, right? He doesn't like it. It's all ego. So underneath, we've got this insecure little child who is just not in control of their own energy at all. So they've got all of this big burst of energy on top to make them feel bigger and more powerful than they actually are. There you go. There's your explanation. I hope that makes sense to you, darling. Don't give him any sympathy. He's just a child, really, however old he is. Okay. Okay, hello. So Michelle B44. So Lisa, I see your messages, but I've done your reading now, so I hope that's okay. I know I'm running behind. I think what confuses everybody is that I'm running behind in the feed. So Lisa, you left your message at 9:15. It's now 9:30. I get that. So there's such a lot of messages to go through that sometimes, I'm running quite a lot behind you guys. So you have to allow me to catch up. So even though it looks like maybe I haven't, either I've missed you, perhaps I just haven't got to you yet, but I have, Lisa, I have got to you. Okay. Right. It's 9:30, so we're gonna have to stop soon because been going for 2.5 hours now. All right, Michelle, I'd love a card, please. General guidance will be great. General reading. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing for you. We're going to take a card from your higher self as a general reading to best navigate for your highest happiness through April. Whoops, let's turn them around the right way. Okay, well, that's sweet. We don't often have the 3 of Cups, do we? So this is in April. It's going to be really important for you to take notice of your friends, okay? And you need to know that you need to be able to see and attune yourself to your friends, and we're going to call them the sisterhood. So it could be friends, it could be whatever, but you need to make sure you're attuned to the positive. So the important thing about this card is that you are in emotional alignment, and that you're empowered and uplifted by your friends. Any friends who is not positive, it is a time to maybe disengage from that energy. But friends are going to be important. Friends, good friends, are going to be really important to you in this coming month. Really important. Make sure you connect with them. Make sure you make them part of your life, because that support network and interacting with them and those connections are going to really stand you in good stead. Okay, very important. They're going to form the mainstay of the month, I think. So friends, tune in. It's not complicated. I don't want to make it complicated, but it's not. It's just very important. Hang out with friends. Make sure you reach out to them. Make sure you're in contact with them. Make sure you go out with them. Make sure they're part of your lifestyle. That's important. That will stand you in good stead moving down the line. Don't ignore them. Don't cut yourself off. All right? Good friends. Good stuff. Very good. That's lovely. Quite a simple message, really. Okay. That's interesting. So that's what the tower's about. Okay, Jacinta, I understand that. Don't worry, Jacinta. I always, especially if it's on a phone. Yes. Okay, Lisa, I've only just seen your card. I think I took it. I'm going to take you one card because I know you've been waiting a long time, but EW has not contacted me. What's the reason he's holding back? I will take you one card. Okay, the reason he hasn't contacted you is because he's not really looking your way, sweetie. He's very determined and looking at his path and what's important to him, and it's very blinkered. He's not doesn't want to be distracted, doesn't want to be knocked off course. He just wants to do what he's doing. So he's going to probably be quite ambitious or quite determined that what he's doing is the most important thing, and that's why. Okay, that's why he's holding back. So I hope that helps. Okay. So there, 555. I think we did that reading already. I don't remember what it was, sweetie. You're gonna have to watch the video again to find out, because I can't quite remember. But watch it and it will tell you. I'm pretty sure I answered that question. Goodness, we've got so many people on the feed. Okay. Oh no, I did this one already. I did this one. Yeah, I already read for you, sweetie. Okay. Suren. Suren, I've read for you already, my darling. And there's nothing you can do to marry her. We've already had this conversation. I think I have already read for you, and it told you to grieve and move on, my love. That's just the thing. I'm really sorry. Yes, it is quite chaotic. There's just so many people. I'm so sorry. Okay, Sahil, new subscriber. Very good. Is there a new relationship coming from the past, or is someone new coming ahead? Okay, so I'm just going to do a couple more, guys, and then I'm going to have to go, because I think 2.5 hours is enough. You always come back next week. Make sure you come back a little bit earlier if you can. If I've missed you, I'm sorry. Let me see. Sahil. Right. What does Sahil need to know? Okay. Well, we've got the 6 of Cups here, and that tells you that you're not done yet with whatever the last relationship is. I think there may well be a bit of back and forward. Oh, erasure coming ahead from. Oh, well, yes. Okay. No, then yes. That made no sense, didn't it? Yes. So you're not done with this past relationship. However, I sort of think you should be, really, because it's not a stable relationship and it's going to come and go, and as long as you're going to let it. So don't think that just because it comes back, or that person may not comes back, might make a reappearance or whatever, that it means it's going to go any better this time, because it won't. It is inherently unstable, and you are going to have to draw a very firm line in the sand. If you actually want somebody else, you're going to have to say goodbye first, because the trouble is that energy is blocking other energy from finding you, because you're just not looking or open to it in the way that is going to make that possible. Right. Okay. I am going to have to say goodnight, darling. Hibal Nazir, I need you to know that rock bottom it may be, but it certainly isn't the end. All right. It may feel like it is, and that's rough, but trust me, remember what I said to you, right? There is more life here. There is. You just have to grieve it and move on seriously. All right? I promise you that that is the case. All right, everybody, I'm going to have to go, because I'm, I am tired, and it's been a lot, but I hope you've enjoyed your readings. Please do support the channel by playing the videos on the channel. Thank you if I've done a reading for you. If you would do that, I would very much appreciate it. And do come back next week. If I've missed you, I am so sorry, but I've done 2.5 hours. In fact, I've done nearly 2 hours, 40 minutes. So we need to wrap up. So I'm going to say goodnight and God bless. Thank you very much for being here. It's been lovely to see you all as, Don't go, I'll pay. No, darling. No, you don't have to pay. This is, oh, for goodness sakes. No, I tell you what, Dion, if you want me to read for you and you do want a full reading, right, just message me. You can reach me on janiceking.uk. But, you know, I do have to go, sweetie. I'm sorry, because the trouble is there's always somebody who just wants another one and another one. And while I'm just going to have to call it, I'm afraid. All right. You can message me on janice@janiceking.uk. You can message me there. All right. Not tonight, sweetie. Not tonight. It's too late now and I'm exhausted and my voice is going. But message me and you can always book a reading with me tomorrow if you want to. All right. So there we go. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. Lovely to see you and have a really lovely evening. Thank you for joining me on the live. There's been a lot. I really appreciate you all being here. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening and I will see you soon. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.